As you consider what your role really is, the profound simplicity of it starts to reveal itself. Your job, the one that may seem daunting at first, is to simply hold a space. Not just any space, but a space of calm, grounded presence. A space where the other person, no matter how much they might try to break their own flow, can feel safe enough to confront what they've been avoiding for so long. You might notice that often people are running away from themselves, from their own feelings, their own emotions. They might be afraid to ask the questions that could lead to discomfort. The questions that once asked would peel back layers and reveal what they've been keeping hidden. But think for a moment. What happens when you, by simply remaining grounded and calm, invite them to ask those questions? You're not pushing them, not forcing them, but simply holding a space so they can ask themselves, what if I've been avoiding the thing that could set me free? As you hold this space, you begin to notice how they start to shift. Because every time they interrupt their own flow, every time they hesitate, it's just a pattern that they've been following for so long. It's an unconscious reflex, one that's kept them trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, fear and avoidance. And here you are in this moment, offering them the chance to break that cycle. The more calm, present and grounded you are, the more they begin to feel safe enough to confront these patterns without fear. And here's the exciting part. Imagine just for a moment how incredible it is to realize that you don't have to have all the answers for them. No, you just need to be there, calmly confident, and ask the right questions. Just by remaining present, grounded and sure of yourself, you begin to help them see their problems and limitations from multiple perspectives. And in those new perspectives, they can finally see the truth, the answers to their challenges, the very solutions they've been seeking. They're already inside them. Now let's take a deeper look into how the process unfolds. You might observe as you hold the space for them that when you guide them gently but firmly to confront their fears, their reluctance fades. They begin to look at their past, their emotions, and the very things they've been running from. And in that moment, something magical happens. When they see those fears from a new angle, the energy shifts. The thoughts that were once stuck start to loosen, and something begins to move with them. Have you noticed how, once the energy starts flowing, things begin to fall into place almost effortlessly? What's truly remarkable is, as you help them question their old assumptions, their old beliefs about themselves, their past, their future, you see them begin to realize that they have all the resources to solve their own problems. They already have everything they need inside them. Sometimes all it takes is that small push, that invitation to step into their own power, for them to begin unlocking the very mechanisms within themselves that have always been there. And as they do, the self-correcting mechanisms spring to life, and the whole process begins to unfold. And here's something else to consider. Notice how, once they begin to question their own logic, their own reasoning, the cracks start to appear. They see, perhaps for the first time, how their old patterns no longer serve them. Once they see these flaws, the self-correcting mechanisms naturally kick in. It's almost like the floodgates open, and they begin to see their own strengths and wisdom that was hidden beneath the surface all along. Isn't it amazing when they start questioning their own beliefs? The world of possibility opens up in front of them. And you, by simply remaining calm, confident and grounded, become the catalyst for this shift. You don't need to worry about making a mistake. You can't mess it up. The process will unfold naturally, like a gentle current, guiding them towards their own breakthroughs. Just by staying present, just by holding the space, you're helping them to move through their blocks, unravel their own limitations, and step into their true potential. Imagine how powerful it feels to simply know that by being present and confident, you're creating the conditions for change to happen. You're not doing the work for them. You're helping them to unlock the potential that's already within them. The questions you ask, the ones that guide them to think differently, to step into new perspectives, they're the keys to begin to unlock the doors of possibility. And here's the real exciting part. Once they start questioning, once they start seeing their own flaws in their logic, they begin to discover the truth for themselves. The self-correcting mechanisms inside them, they don't need to be fixed. They just need to be activated. And once that process starts, you'll notice how everything just shifts naturally, easily and effortlessly. Just think about how it feels now to hold the space, to remain calm, unshakable and confident, as they begin to dig deeper, to confront their fears and see the truth within themselves. You're not pushing them. You're simply creating the space for them to discover their own answers, their own strength and their own path forward. As you do this over time, you'll see how powerful this process can be. How by holding space and remaining confident in your presence, you guide others toward their own self-correction. They begin to see themselves differently, breaking through their limitations, and realize that the power to change has always been within them. The more you hold that space, the more they'll realize their potential, and the more you'll see the transformation unfold right before your eyes. It's amazing how something so simple, so grounded, can lead to such profound change. It's truly remarkable to witness, isn't it? As they begin to see things from different perspectives. The answers naturally emerge, the energy flows, and the process of healing takes place, all because you were there, calm, confident and present.